What is going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, and Tottenham are going to the Europa League semi-final, having to do it the hard way. Didn't take the win at home, but we've gone to Frankfurt and we have done the business. And it was a gritty performance, and I am so proud of each and every player on that pitch tonight. Literally every single one, including the manager on the sidelines as well. I think it was such an unbelievably gritty display from minute one straight to the 90th minute, straight to the 97th minute. And Spurs have done the job, and we are going to be playing. It looks as though at this moment in time we are playing Roma in a European Lazio, in a European semi-final. But I am absolutely buzzing, and I can't believe how well we've done tonight.
Oh, we've been superb. We've been superb. It wasn't the swashbuckling, attacking, free-flowing Tottenham. It needed to be a Tottenham. We haven't really seen this Tottenham, have we? That are all behind the men, all behind the ball, compact, doing the job. And like we keep saying that word, gritty. It was gritty. It was brave. It was compact. It was every man actually fighting for every man. And my God, and like you said, fair play to all 11 and the subs. And love him, hate him, want him to stay, want him to go. Ange Postecoglou has got it absolutely bang on the money this evening. Bang on the money.
Absolutely. And, you know, you can go from 1 to 11 and just talk about how unbelievable each and every one of them were. But I think the real bedrock for us tonight was Coutinho Romero and Mickey van de Ven. I think, you know, there was a bit of a little mishap towards the end with Van de Ven, but I don't think either of them put a foot wrong throughout the whole game. And I was heavily critical of Coutinho Romero on the weekend. But I said to him, I said, don't take him out of the team. I said, don't put him as captain, but I said, don't take him out of the team. And how wrong was I, don't put him as captain? Because he put in a real leader's performance tonight. And even right at the end, charging up the pitch, going in a full-footed lunge. Could have even been sent off at that point. But look, both of them, such unbelievable displays, keeping Frankfurt. Let's be real, yeah. Hugo Ekitike hardly had anything, and you could see his frustrations were just boiling over, and he couldn't get a kick. You know, the ball was coming to him, and he was landing it, and really great first touch. But after that first touch, Romero and Van de Ven were on him like a flash. That challenge from Mickey Van de Ven in the first half, oh my days! These two at the back outperformed themselves today. I think that's the best performance I think I've seen from both of them all season.
Yeah, we can wax lyrical about them. They were fantastic. It just shows how important they are and when they are on form and playing well together. But I want to elaborate a bit more, Ben. I think the back four as a unit were absolutely immense. Destiny is getting stronger and stronger with every game. Porro, who people have been saying where Spence been for the first leg and the second leg, fully justified. His defensive duties are normally called into question. They were there tonight. It was a back four brilliant display. I mean, we can talk about the whole team, but the back four today, like I said, didn't give them a sniff.
And it's just not something that you associate with this Spurs team, right? With the back four playing like they did. I thought Pedro Porro, with the outball that he was having, was absolutely brilliant. The amount of times that he was delivering the ball into the attacking third. Destiny Udogie, like you said, on the left-hand side, absolute brick wall, charging up the pitch. Bentancur and Bergvall, the way that they were protecting the back four. I mean, Bentancur for the whole 90 minutes was brilliant, but I thought Bergvall really came alive in that sense in the second half. I mean, those players from a defensive aspect, just unbelievable. Unbelievable. And I want to give a massive big up to Matisse Tell as well today, because we all said it's a big game for him coming into it. And Matisse Tell, obviously, he was just looking for a threat, particularly in the first half. I thought more in the first half than it was in the second half. But he's a player that's been saying, oh, he's not good enough, he's this, he's that, send him back to Bayern. Well, out of the front three today, I thought he looked the most dangerous and more of a threat out of the front three.
Yeah, I will say, when you were going on about the midfield, Bentancur and Bergvall just grew. Well, how good Bentancur was at putting fires out in the first half, it was Bergvall in the second half. Bergvall was there. Set pieces, Bentancur was there, but it was Bergvall that was getting in important blocks and reading the game. They both played very well, but I am getting more and more impressed. Obviously, it's 2 games now where Mathias Tell, the first we've spoken a lot about, he just wasn't, his runs wasn't being picked out. He wasn't getting found. They used him today. He grew in confidence. You can see from that shot on goal that he had. He was always trying to do something different. The space he made was being used, and he did look the biggest threat. And hopefully, I mean, we don't know if Son's back for Forest or whatever, but he's growing into that left wing role, and he's looking more of a threat on that left wing than he did when we have tried him up front, hasn't he?
No, absolutely. And you know, it's not like we were able to break them down consistently. It was at the other end of the pitch where we really earned our money today. But look, Dom Solanke was chasing down for every ball.
Yep.
I thought he provided much more of a physical kind of element to his attacking play than he has done in recent weeks, or definitely since his injury. And Brennan Johnson, you know, some will say, you know, he was a bit of a ghost, but I don't think so. I think he provided some really good moments for us.
I think if we look at it, the whole team had to defend as a team today.
Yeah.
And that's what the team did well. Did Brennan Johnson have any standout moments apart from that cross? No. But did he keep part of the team? Did he keep the shape? Was he making himself available? Was he there defending, assisting Porro, which is something we've sometimes had a problem with? Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Yes, he was. And it just goes to show that Spurs can play this way. And if they need to just be gritty, if they need to just, when they say just don't lose the game, we can do it. We can do it. And it's listen, there's been a lot of doom and gloom. Again, people say, oh yeah, we played poor. I don't believe so. I think we went out, we had our game plan sorted, and we played it to a T.
We did a professional job.
Very good words.
And that is what's needed in moments like this.
Yeah.
When you look at the first leg, when you look at it right, and we were the better team, and we didn't put away our chances, everyone's like, oh, we're going to rue these missed chances. You know, I was one of those saying that. Of course I was.
Yep.
And when you go into a second leg away at Frankfurt, under these conditions, in front of those fans,
Yep.
when you're not favourites in the tie anymore, because we went into before the two legs, favourite over the course of the two legs. At half time, before this tie started, we were not favourites anymore.
Yep.
And everyone thought we were going to buckle under the pressure. I thought we were going to buckle under the pressure. And that's exactly the opposite of what we did tonight. And that's why I'm so impressed with this performance. Not because of we played unbelievable, scintillating stuff and we were passing it around them and we were, you know, attacking them at will and creating chance after chance. No, it's because it's an element of Tottenham that we haven't seen pretty much all season.
Yeah, and I will say this, you mentioned the fans, as in their fans. We look at it, we went to Rangers and Galatasaray, very intimidating, hostile places, and obviously we were second best there. We have gone to a very big, intimidating stadium now, where we saw them what their fans were like away. We've seen what they were like at home, and we got through this. Now, it could be Lazio next, and we have just shown that we can play in these hostile grounds. The word they said was, Alistair Gold said, was mature, and with a lot of young players in there, the mature performance is exactly what it was.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I cannot be happier with what I've seen from this team tonight. I really can't. And I'm kind of like lost for words. I'm kind of lost for words. And what a great day it's been. What a great day it's been, from interviewing Martin Jol in these very chairs to putting in a performance like that in a Europa League quarter-final to get into the semi-final with a realistic chance to going on and winning this competition.
There's every chance now. You can't win it if you're not in it, and we have got ourselves into a semi-final.
Surely that's got to be given not just the players' belief, but the fans' belief as well.
Hopefully a performance like that will do. Hopefully they can go back home now. Very, very delighted with their performance. Hopefully Maddison's injury isn't too serious, and we'll see if it's a concussion or not, and see if he can play for us with the Europa League and Premier League different. But that should be for the end of the season to finish on a high. They've shown that they can go against the tough opponents in the tough places, not have to play the swashbuckling, free-flowing. They can mix it, play in this disciplines. And then, like Joseph said, there's games where you just have to be horrible. And we didn't give them a sniff until the end, where it was getting tiring. Delighted as a Spurs fan. Well done to every single Spurs player. Even when Danso came on.
Oh, I thought he was immense. I thought he was immense.
I think that, again, the subs he got right as well. As Postecoglou, who I've given a lot of criticism for, always say got to be bad enough to praise if you're big enough to criticise. As Postecoglou got everything spot on today.
Who's your man of the match today?
Wow. Yeah, that's a... There could be a host of them. I think Bentancur was just an extension of the midfield, putting those fires out with Bergvall. But I don't think you can look past someone in the defence. I'm going to have to say Mickey.
You say Mickey, I'll probably say Romero.
There you go. We'll be the
You know what I
double
mean?
act.
But I think there are so many. I think
Yeah.
you know what? I don't think there was a man of the match today. I think the team were man of the
Yeah.
match today, and that defensive unit and the way they stuck together. I think that's what man of
Do
the
you
match
know what?
today.
I think people tomorrow are actually going to enjoy listening to player ratings tomorrow.
Well, look, there you have it. Spurs are in a European semi-final.
Say it
And
again.
I'll never get tired of saying that.
Say it again.
Spurs are in a European semi-final,
Yeah.
people. Unbelievable. And that is our match reaction. And it's time to get some guests on